There's 63 operators in Rainbow Six Siege, 31 on attack and 32 on defense. And for some reason, people main operators in Rainbow Six Siege. So what I'll be doing is I'll be triggering all 63 operator mains in one sentence. Today's video is sponsored by EpicDesk. Now, EpicDesk and we got together and we collabed on my own custom line of mouse mats. Now, the art design is inspired by the movie Scarface. There's a scene where, the world is yours, and it's just really dope. I wanted something like this and something to be on a mouse mat so it would make my setup look amazing. And as you can see, it looks absolutely amazing. I've been working with this mouse mat for about 2 to 3 months, gaming on it, streaming on it, and everything, and it's held up. Overall, the quality is really good. It has a really smooth glide to it, and the stitching is really good. It's very easy to clean as well, and once you clean it, it's not like it ruins the mouse mat, and the coloring stays vibrant and just consistent. EpicDesk is pretty serious about the rarity, so with every mouse mat, it will be hand signed, numbered on the back, and issued with a certificate of authenticity. The dimensions you can see on screen if you're wondering, and this is a limited drop, so we are taking pre-orders now. You have a 3-week window to pre-order if you are interested. The link is down in the description, so if you want to really spice up your setup, be sure to go down in the description, click the link, head over to the website, and get a pre-order now. We're not doing any more restocks after the collaboration in 3 weeks, so get the mouse mat now. Starting out with Sledge. You guys haven't really been the same since the SMG-11 got taken away from this man. Still a solid operator. There's nothing like pulling out your secondary and you just got this awful feeling pistol compared to the SMG-11. To be honest, who mains Thatcher? Because your time played since operator banning probably is maybe 1 game worth of hours. You guys are down bad. Ash has not been the same since ACOG was removed and they took one Ash charge away. Especially we're in the LMG meta, so why the hell would you pick Ash over Zofia? You're actually trolling. She's not even that fast anymore. Even though you guys are very respectable, most of the time Thermite mains really come down to being a silver player. You guys rather pick Thermite over Habana or even Ace in some scenarios. Now, I'm not saying Thermite's bad. It's just when you're picking Thermite to get hatches, you're literally trolling. Twitch, don't get me wrong, she now has 3 drones, but for some reason every single Twitch main only mains her for the F2, and 99% of the time you get 0 utility off and you're a very selfish player. What do I have to say for Montang? A lot of you guys that main Montang literally just can't shoot your gun, and that's honestly the truth. It's either that or you're a 50-year-old man that plays the game too tactically and you're in gold. Glaz, this is a joke. Glaz hasn't been relevant since maybe year 3 when his thermal scope and the rate of fire was so high. Now they released this really dope elite skin, as you can tell, because I even own it, but the amount of time that I have on an operator like Glaz is very low because how useless he is. So that main fuse are either golds or bronzes because that's what this operator has seen to be. He seems to be a low skill, dumb, bad operator, which in turn he's actually a fantastic operator and I love using him in champ elo. But a lot of you guys at main fuse don't even know how to properly place a cluster charge and you don't know what direction the charges go. Blitz, you guys, if you main Blitz, you're just the scum of the earth because at the end of the day, like, Blitz hasn't been good since the year 3 meta with Finka and Lion and when Blitz was a 2-2 speed operator. I don't know why he's a 3 difficulty. He's actually pretty dog ass. Oh, by the way, he's still 2-2, but if you remember when he was like buffed back in the day, this man was extra fast. He actually might have been a 3-1. IQ. I respect IQ mains when you actually do your job, but this is one of those operators that's just like Twitch. You either have no idea how to use the gadget or where to even place your body to destroy utility. I swear people just use her because she's a 3-speed and she has a G8. Oh, Buck. This one, my Canadian brother. 99% of you guys that still main Buck, you have PTSD from the days that he had frag grenades and a proper ACOG. Am I one of those people? Yeah. But if you main Buck over any other operator, especially an operator like Sledge, you actually might be trolling. Just because of the utility base, of course you have burn, but 99% of the time it makes more sense to bring an operator like Sledge. This is one of those scum of the earth picks as well. Why would you pick an operator like Blackbeard unless you can't shoot your gun? Even with this stupid little shield on his face, it is an advantage, but you're probably a 40-year-old man once again who's living his early days when Blackbeard had like 1,000,000 HP on his shield. If you main Blackbeard, you're probably silver. I'm not lying. Capital. This one hurts because Capital is an amazing operator, but the only people I see maining this operator are people who have no idea how to properly use the utility or even smoke grenades. For 99% of the times, and I'm gonna say 99% of the time a lot in this video, so fuck off. Capital, the people who main them have no idea how to properly smoke. Instead of smoking the lines of sight of the enemy that they might come into, they smoke themselves out. Or they don't even make it out of spawn to stay alive. Habana. I don't even know what to say to Habana. I feel like Habana gets a pass. She's the best hard breacher in the game. And if you don't believe so, you're probably on console and you just like the AK. Now, besides him being banned, because that's hilarious, in a game like Siege where droning and whatnot is probably the primary use of intel, nope. You got a guy like Jackal, which can just have a thing for feet. If you main Jackal, you probably have a foot fetish. And I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying that you like to lick feet. If you main Ying, you just suck. If you main Zofia, you're probably a Bolo fanboy who thinks he's amazing, but has no understanding of how or why to use Zofia's utility. You were probably an Ashe main at one point, but you are trying to change with the times. You're probably still ass though. Dokkaebi. You're probably misusing her utility, and you probably have the aim of me, especially with that DMR. You're probably making it, you're not making it throughout the round to actually hack the cans and be successful with your team. And honestly, once again, you're probably gold, because most people that made one singular operator are in the lower elo because how stupid it is. Lion, you've seen better days, my dude. You probably ran and changed the whole landscape of Rainbow Six Siege, but now you're a very, very average operator. A lot of the times people are still living like back when they're in year 3, because what they do is they just throw up those stupid little lion scans at the start of the round for no reason. You literally waste your utility and you're a jackass. Finka, I gotta give it to you. Finka went from one of the most underwhelming shit operators in the game to just having a simple change with the healing to making her one of the best, especially because we're in the LMG meta. So I gotta give Finka a pass. Maverick. Probably one of my favorite operators, especially on attack, but anybody that mains Maverick, they usually suck. I'm not gonna lie. Maverick is one of the most difficult operators in terms of his utility, especially his blowtorch. And I see a lot of people drawing into walls thinking they're Picasso. They don't even know how to make the wall goddamn soft, and they don't even know how to use the Maverick torch. You probably just don't know how to shoot your weapon, and you're just there to basically be basic support. You also have 41 rounds in your AK, but you probably let that AK bounce like a fat stripper's ass, and you still potato. Gridlock. If you main Gridlock, I gotta know. Do you like playing this game in like, you know, 50% speed? Like, is that fun? Because Gridlock's a chunky girl, and like it takes her quite a long time to run around the map, and to be honest, she's very loud. So if you main her, you're probably mentally insane. Knock, you poor thing, man. Don't get me wrong, Knock, when we first saw like the trailer and whatnot, she was pretty cool, but you start to realize that she's not useful against one, probably low elo, which you're probably facing if you're maining Knock, because nobody gets on cams and they just sit in sight, so you can't really be sneaky because you're running into all this utility. Until Knock gets a buff where she's able to use her cloak to get past utility, she's not going to be useful. Amaro, you probably think you're like a Shock fanboy or Uzi fanboy just because of the quick gameplay, and I kind of look at Amaro as probably what Ashe was back in year 1 to year 3. More of like a aggressive fragger, but you're just not that guy. Cali, I have a bone to pick with Cali mains. If you're literally using this operator every game, you can't aim. You're not that guy. You're probably living in a nostalgic feeling where you're back in MW2 where Call of Duty was actually good, and if you think the new Call of Duties are good, you're actually trolling. But you can't aim. I like the amount of people I've seen use Cali. It's like 1 in a million. There's only one person in a million people that can use Cali properly and actually be effective and scary to face against, and you're just not that guy. By the way, how the hell is Blitz more difficult than this operator in terms of difficulty? Who is making these difficulty charts? Because this is stupid. Now, if you're down bad, you probably main this operator just to use her clone, just to look at her ass, because like she literally has a Jigglypuff ass, man. Like she just built a little bit different. You probably, if you main Yana, you're probably a little bit down bad, you know, like some of us, but you're especially down bad ever since they took the ass pose away. Like, I feel like they singled me out. If you main Ace, you're probably gold on console, or you're a champ on console that uses Zim. Here's why. People that main Ace, they think Ace is the best hard breacher in the game, and I'm not gonna lie, on console he might actually be the best hard breach. You know why? Because you guys are in a frag meta where you basically just run and gun, and Ace has one of the best weapons in the game. He's also one of the easiest operators to use in the game, but he's not the most effective. I rather Habana that's more versatile or a Maverick. So if you think Ace is the best hard breacher in the game, you're probably gold. Zero. How do you have so much going for you and then people still don't want to play you? Or people still just don't play you properly? Like, look at you. You got a Gong 6, amazing attacking primary loadout. You have a hard breach device. You have basically 6 cams, and people still don't use you. So respect to the plat players that actually use Zero and set up as cams. I'm not even going to roast you because people just don't want to play Zero. Flores. What can I say about Flores? I don't even think I can say much about my man Flores. Like, he actually has a lot going for him. He's very handsome. He has a decent loadout. He has a lot of burn capability. And look at those fucking glasses. Like, tell me those glasses aren't cool. Not these. Those are ass. These. Like, he's kind of cool, man. Respect to you if you main Flores. Especially on Oregon, man. You got to clear so much utility. You know what? You're probably an advanced shield player that just, you know, wanted a more easy path to being a shield player, because you have a PDW and then what is it, 2 or 3 shields? I don't use this operator a lot, but don't get me wrong, she's actually fucking annoying. You're an annoying human being if you main this operator. Let's go to defense. Smoke is my favorite defender. Smoke is my favorite defending operator, but in all honesty, you're probably spending a lot of your time on TikTok. After you make all the rotate holes, all head holes, all lines of sight, you're probably just sitting in sight, swapping through cams, and just waiting for somebody to push into you. A lot of times, it's boring as hell playing Smoke. And honestly, I feel for your mental. Mute. Probably the same thing as Smoke. You're making all the lines of sight, setting up sight, doing all the dirty work just to sit in sight for about 30 to a minute and a half. It honestly gets very boring playing these two operators, even though they're so effective. If you main Castle, I don't even feel bad for you. I feel bad for your teammates, because don't get me wrong, Castle's an amazing operator on the right sites. You cannot make this operator work on every single site in ranked, because what's going to happen is you're probably solo queuing if you're maining an operator like Castle, and you're probably castling off some really stupid shit. So you're probably trolling your elo more than anything, and you're blaming solo queue as the reason why you're in gold. Honestly, I have never met a Pulse main in my entire life. Doc. All I gotta say is Thunderbirds in the game. Why would you use an operator like Doc? And look at this stupid fucking headgear. If you literally main Rook, I feel bad for your teammates because there's better utility, and you're probably a year 1 player that misses ACOGs that bad to the point where you're using this stupid operator. People that main Capcan, you know, if they're on my team, I respect them. If they're on the enemy team, they're probably dog shit in my opinion, because, you know, running into an EDD is the equivalent of like stubbing your toe. It's the most infuriating like moment of your life. How do you feel that you literally got the best buff I've ever seen out of an operator and people still don't utilize you or even use you? All I'm gonna say about Jaeger and Bandit is you guys haven't been the same since you lost your ACOGs. I'm sorry. They've tried so hard to nerf Jaeger to the point where they made him a 2-2, which actually made him stronger, but it's just not the same. Like, Jaeger does not feel like the same operator. He's honestly so boring to play. And an operator like Bandit, he hasn't been the same since the ACOG, of course, but ever since Cade and map operator bans came into the mix, who the fuck is maining Bandit? Like, who is trying to Bandit trick in year 7 when, like, Thatcher's banned? You know what? Jinxie shit on you Frost mains, and he said that no high elo player uses you guys, but you know, I'm gonna stick up for you guys. Frost is actually a very good operator, and if you think otherwise, you're a one-dimensional mindset. That sentence made no sense, but great operator. All I'm gonna say with Valkyrie is you can't throw your cams outside, so you can't play like a monkey, so you can't watch Coconut Bra videos. You know, honestly, they nerfed Coconut Bra more than anybody with this operator, because Coconut Bra always found the best little outside cams, but now, like, he's fucked. So can I get a rip in the chat from my man Coconut? You're probably a Godly Noob fan, or you're living in year 1 once again, and you probably think that she's actually effective if you can get an interrogation down. Problem with Cav is nobody's fucking scared of this operator anymore, because lighting has been changed since the early years of Siege, and you can't hide in the most random boxes and corners. So she's no longer viable, especially when you have an operator like Nomad and Gridlock, and, you know, people have gotten actually so much smarter since this operator was released first. So like if you're getting interrogated by Cav, you're honestly down fucking bad. This operator sucks. You know what, man? People shit on Echo enough. I'm actually gonna boost this man's morale. If you look at people like Pox Unlocks that properly utilize the Yoikai drones, these can be set up in really great spots. For example, there's a really good spot on Bank in lobby. You can just place one in lobby and you can hold the entire lobby. And it's easy intel. So like, respect to you if you actually utilize Yoikais and just Echo. Echo's actually underrated. Besides Mirror getting banned, I've seen some Depreacher mirror strats. If you don't know who Depreacher is, he's had some really whack ass mirror strats. But besides Mirror being a very game-changing operator in terms of changing how every map is set up, if you main Mirror, you're probably just not playing the game much anymore, just because how much she is banned. Legion, you're probably E2 smooth, or you have a 0.7 KD, just because that's what this operator brings. There's so many better defenders, so why the hell are you just bringing a Legion just for the stupid goo mine? Ella, you're probably a Shock fanboy, or honestly you're just ass, because like who's effectively being good with this Scorpion. Don't get me wrong, it's a very fun gun to play with. I honestly think it's one of the best guns to play, but like, who is using the Scorpion? The only time I see is when people use the Ella shotgun, which you're probably a Royal Penguin fan. You probably just spin every time you get a kill. I can't even talk shit to Vigil. He's the best roaming operator in the game. And to be honest, looking at this man's one eye that's for some reason red, I don't even want to talk shit to him, because I might wake up with some nightmares. He shows a spitting image of what he once was. Don't get me wrong, his Maestro cams are amazing, but we're talking about this chunky ass LMG. Do you guys remember when this man had like unlimited hip fire, no spread? You can like you can shoot somebody from across the map, hip fire. It was 100% accurate. And like when he had ACOG, those were the fucking days, man. You know, I have a thing with Alibi. I really hate this operator because like I'm just so ass for the Alibi primary. But like, if you're generally maining this operator, I feel bad more for your teammates than you, because you're probably very useless and you probably don't reinforce fuck all. You have a hard time making rotates. Like, what is this pistol? Like, like who enjoys using the bailiff? Like, what was Ubisoft thinking when they added this shit ass shotgun for rotates? Like, Ubisoft, can we get a buff for this dog shit ass shotgun? I'm sick of seeing Maestro and Alibi players having to make rotates. Like, this shit's actually dog ass. If you're a Clash main, just like any other shield op, you probably just can't shoot your gun. You got a 0.6, your ass, you need some milk. But Clash is a very good operator. If you're maining Cade, you're a man of culture, but you're probably old like Senvale. If you know who that is, you know. Mozzie, you're probably short IRL like me, you know, 5'4", haha. But in all seriousness, you're probably misusing his pest, because a lot of people, what they do is they just shoot down the pest at the start of the round, which, to be honest, what you should be doing is shooting drones and then, you know, eliminating drone utility and economy, I mean. Instead, you just shoot it and you probably just use them for the 1.5 times scope. Yo, look at this Jinxie charm though. You're silver. I'm sorry. You're probably like an enthusiast that think Warden needs to have some type of buff and he's not as bad as people think. But in ranked, he's an awful operator just because of like how the enemies sometimes play. They don't properly use smokes or stuns. So you're down bad, homie. Honestly, man, Goyo is one of the strongest operators in the game at the moment, and I'm not even going to talk shit to him because he is highly underrated with his canisters. And until people start to see him played in Pro League, they're probably gonna keep on shitting on him and think that he was nerfed into the ground. You're a wannabe Jaeger, honestly. If you main Wamai over, especially Jaeger. Don't get me wrong, there's positives of bringing Wamai over a Jaeger, but 99% of the time you're probably gonna want to bring both or just Jaeger. Honestly, if you main this operator, you probably just have fun playing Siege, and I can't even knock it, man. He is such a fun operator, especially with the T5 with a 1.5 times scope. But like, Jesus, man, I don't know what they need to do to buff this man, but he is just feels like one of those filler ops. Can't even really talk shit about this operator, to be honest. She's just so low skilled because like how much impact she has onto the round even when she's dead. So I can't even roast anybody that runs a Rooney because she's just honestly so good. And you know, to be honest, I something about that bionic arm, man. I just want to get punched in the jaw. Honestly, like Doc 2.0, I feel bad for anybody that mains Doc. You probably were a Doc man at one point, and you're probably a console player if you're running Thunderbird every single game. And like, I can't even knock that because the running gun gameplay, this is the best operator for that. Thunderbird is actually one of the most effective defenders for ranked at the moment. So I can't even talk shit to you guys. If you runner, you're valid. Thorn, who the fuck mains this operator? Like, I don't see the appeal in this operator at all. Like, her razor blooms are cool. She has a shield, and her gun is fun, I guess. But, like, I feel like she's very underwhelming. For anybody that actually mains this operator, you're probably ass, because she's brand new to the game and you have no idea how to use her little throwing knife things yet. And I don't think we're going to see a proper meta set with this operator until Pro League comes out. You're probably just throwing out some random coconut bra strats, trying to get up into like the roof, basically jumping on top of them. But at the end of the day, this is going to be one of the most effective and game-changing operators once we do see a meta set and how to properly use her. For now, since this is the first season, you probably troll a lot, and you're probably like me with her throwing knives. You're probably ass.